For the 7th consecutive season, the Kansas City Chiefs are in the AFC Championship game. 7 consecutive seasons, going back to that crazy battle against the Patriots. The D Ford across the line, interception debacle that happened that season. 7 consecutive seasons in the AFC Championship game. Chiefs fans, I don't think that 10, 15 years ago we would have ever thought that possible. It is absolutely amazing to me. This is a time when I am super proud to be a Chiefs fan. Not that I wasn't proud in the off years. I mean, 30 years of watching, maybe we'll get in the playoffs. Maybe we'll win a playoff game. Nope, that didn't happen. Got knocked out by the Colts. Got knocked out by the Patriots. Got knocked out by the Steelers. All those years, man, the pain and the suffering has now come around to this. 7 consecutive seasons in the AFC Championship game. And let me tell you, this one is going to be as rough as the one last year, and the rough as the one of the year before. That's right. Arrowhead will be hosting the Buffalo Bills in this AFC Championship game. What do I think? I think it's going to be a lot like what we've had in the past, where we have it's not a let. We have gotten beaten by the Bills in the regular season. I know. I've been to those games. I was there over the last couple years. Not this 2024-25 season, but the 2 years before that at the Buffalo game. And let me tell you, they're good games. Don't get me wrong. But we got beat in the regular season, only to beat them in the playoffs last year in the divisional round. I am super excited to see how this game is going to play out. I've talked to some Buffalo fans who are local, and they're dreading it. They don't see themselves winning. I, on the other hand, think that Josh Allen looked extremely good against Baltimore in the last weekend's game. I think he looked poised, and he took care of business. And it also goes to show that no matter how much firepower you put behind Lamar Jackson, they just don't have what it takes to get to the big game. You go out and you get Derrick Henry, one of the strongest runners in the National Football League. King Henry, they call him. And teams just figure out how to shut him down. He gets a good run here and there, but they just figure out how to shut him down, especially in these pivotal games. Baltimore just doesn't have what it takes to jump, to get over that hurdle. Now, I'm not saying that this won't happen next year, and they may figure something out. I mean, Harbaugh's a pretty good coach, I guess, but his brother may whoop up on his ass again somewhere down the line. It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know. But yes, Kansas City going to the AFC Championship for the 7th year in a row. The haters, oh my God, the haters. So many of you haters out there. Is it because we're that good and we win? We win in close games. We know how to manage and finish. We know how to finish. 15-2 on a regular season is good as, I don't know, say the Detroit Lions. 15-2 on the regular season. Had a hell of a season. Got knocked out by the Washington Commanders. Who would have thought that? I had it pegged as a Kansas City Lions Super Bowl, honestly. Now a little piece of me is rooting for Washington. Rookie quarterback. I mean, why wouldn't you? He's won 2 playoff games in his rookie year. Unbelievable. Not saying that it's it's not unmatched. I mean, I got to go back over and look because around this house, there's been a few conversations about whether or not he's the first rookie to advance this far. I'm thinking, and forgive me if I'm wrong. Really need to look it up. But I was thinking that Marino went to the Super Bowl in his rookie year, got beat up by the great Joe Montana. But I could be wrong. It might have been his second year, but it was really, really close. I was thinking it was his rookie year, but I'll look it up and I'll get back to you. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. I am rolling solo right now because the Chief is just in his little hobby job that he's got there. He's bartending. His relief has not shown up yet, so he's still stuck at the bar. Well, he's stuck at the bar. You take it how you want to take it, but there you go. So we hosted the Houston Texans. The second time we've seen them this year. We beat them in the regular season, and now we can officially say we beat them in the playoffs again. Seems like the last time we met them, we spotted them 24 points before coming back and beating them. I think that was our first Super Bowl year, right? And I do believe so. Well, not our first. You got to go way back for that one. But the first Super Bowl run under Mahomes, I do believe that's when we beat the Texans when they had a 24-point lead. Listen, all due respect, I really like C.J. Stroud. He's a very hard on the sleeve kind of player. You can definitely tell he cares for his teammates, and he did go 19 for 28 for 245 yards in this game, and believe me, they should. I mean, we beat them 23-14. Is that right? I believe so. Which is not an outstanding amount of points in between. They kept it close. Their defense was tough. Kept coming through the line, getting after Mahomes. It definitely didn't have the time that, say, Lamar Jackson had on one of those late drives where he stood there for, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds just looking around the field and then threw an incomplete pass. But that's beside the point. Yeah, it just my hat's off to Houston for getting this deep into the playoffs. They definitely are. They just need to keep rolling. Stroud's only in his second year, and I think he's going to be a really good quarterback down the way. He gets a little more experience, but maybe a couple more weapons. He's got some good stuff in Mixon. Hopefully, Tank Dell can actually come back from that injury. They went out and they got. What's that? Oh my God, the one wide receiver that's real popular. I can't think of it is. He's been out injured since week 8 or whatever. But hopefully they can get their stuff squared up and come back and make another run at it next year. But I think they're on the positive side. They're on a roll to really do something special. C.J. Stroud's going to do something special. I like him. Let's see. Well, let's get into this game. We'll see if Phil shows up. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one, but let's get into this game. Just go over some stats. I just want to go over some stats with you real quick. We didn't really have much of a run game going on. Kareem Hunt took 8 carries for 44 yards. Pacheco 5 for 18. Xavier Worry had 1 carry for -8. But the big thing to walk away from in this is the game that Travis Kelce had. And I mean, he clicked into playoff mode. I mean, we've been waiting for this all season long. Travis Kelce, 7 receptions for 117 yards. I mean, he had 8 targets, so he had 7 receptions on 8 targets, which is amazing. Worthy went 5 for 46. Noah Gray 3 for 13. Hopkins, P. Ryan, Smith-Schuster, and Hollywood Brown all 0 for 0. DeAndre had 1 target, P. Ryan for 1 target, and Hollywood Brown for 2 targets. Not really a great day for our wide receiving core. I mean, Travis just pretty much took it over, and That's all we needed, I guess. I do want to mention one giant thing. Furious George was on fucking fire. That's right. 3 sacks. He got the hat trick in this game. He had 3 sacks. Our defense had 8 sacks on the entire game. 8 sacks. That's amazing. That's great. I do believe that Houston had 3, which is still, I mean, 3 sacks in the game is actually really, really good. But to turn around and have 8 sacks, come on, guys. Let's keep it rolling. We need those 8 sacks again next weekend. Chris Jones had 1. Amehu had 1. Like I said, George had 3. Big day for George. Who else had 1? Felix had 2. Did Noddy have wait, did Felix have 2? Felix had 1. Sorry, my bad. Wharton had 1. What a great day. What a great day to watch sacks. But let's get into this game, all right? I'll just briefly go through this. I mean, there was a lot going on. We're going to start the first quarter off. Nico Romero had an amazing return on the opening kickoff for 63 yards, but he fumbled it, which freaked me out. You got like, go, 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 and then like, you're no. But P. Ryan was right there to recover. It did recover about the Houston 17, but the Houston defense held. So with 14 minutes to go, it means we're 1 minute into the game and we're already up 3-0. Good drive by Houston. Defense holds, but at 8:41 to go, a field goal by Houston, tying the game at 3-3. What could have been a 3-and-out turned into a roughing the passer. The drive continues for Kansas City. Now, listen, there's been a lot of speculation on whether that was actually roughing the passer. If you go back and look at it again, because everybody was all up in arms and the fucking commentators were, and I'm going to talk about those in a minute, but the commentators were all like, no, that's not. Legitimately, it was a foul because he put his face mask into Mahomes' face mask when he came up to tackle him. You can't touch the head of a quarterback however you want to do it. You can't touch him with your hands. You can't touch him with your elbow. You can't kick him with your foot. And you definitely can't smack him straight in the face with your face mask. And that's exactly what he did. Go back and look it over, people. Jesus. I'm tired of fucking hearing about it, to be honest. But look it over. It's what happened. So the drive continues. A big catch by Worley for 21 yards. They do believe that was his twist catch. What amazing. It was amazing. But the drive stalls, and Butker comes out for the field goal with 3:59 to go, making it 6-3 Kansas City. About 1:14 to go. Jones with a sack. Houston to punt in the first quarter. Kansas City up 6-3. Listen, 6-3 in the first quarter. It's you would hope that it would have been 14-3, but those drives just stalled out really, really bad. Especially that first one, man. That one killed me. You would think that Nico's big drive would have just got him completely fired up, but they just stalled it out. It looked a little sad, but hopefully they do better this coming weekend. We're going to start the second with a 15-yard Mahomes run, but then a sack and a punt. So, I mean, that's how we're going to start the second quarter. At 7:01 to go, Houston drive stalls the field goal attempt, foiled by the wind. Listen, I thought for sure somebody got a finger on it, but went back and watched the replay on it, and nobody touched it. That damn wind just grabbed it and just tossed it to the side. It was crazy to watch in slow motion. I just couldn't believe it. There's rumors going around that the referees actually jumped up there and pushed it off to the side for Kansas City so that they wouldn't score. So Houston wouldn't score a touchdown. I've seen the video. It's pretty remarkable of the height that referee could get to get up there and push it away. I'm not sure how nobody saw it in the actual game. It had to have been shown in replay, but it's it's unbelievable. We had a callback on a Hollywood Brown catch, but big catch by 87, 49-yard run, catch and run, which turned into with 4:36 left to go, a Kareem Hunt touchdown, extra points good, making it 13-3. The end of the half with a Houston field goal, making it 13-6. Like I said, Houston had the drives, man. They just could not finish off. It was kind of crazy that way, but I mean, they were putting them together. They utilized that middle really bad. Again, Kansas City just seemed to let them just throw in the middle. I mean, they were getting chunks. They were getting 12, 15 yards at a time. It was like, really, guys? Come on. I mean, their wide receiving core, Nico Collins went 5 receptions for 81 yards. Dalton Schultz went 4 for 63 yards. Hutchinson went 4 for 52. Mixon had 2 for 12. I mean, they just took the middle and just and worked it over. And I'd like to see Kansas City do that, to be honest. They I don't think they utilized the slants and the middle routes. I mean, the middle route that Kelsey had the 49-yard run on, the catch and go, was all up the middle. I mean, teams are defending the outside, so why not utilize it as much as you can? I mean, it's not going to be there every goddamn play. I mean, I understand that. It's just not going to happen. I mean, it is what it is, but all right, getting into the third. Houston starts off with the ball. Opening Houston drive is good. It's a solid drive, but Chiefs defense leaving the middle of the field open, and at 4:36, I mean, it was a long drive. It just seemed like it took forever, but 4:36, Houston touchdown, extra point, no good. My God, their kicker was well. Does anybody know? Does he still have a job today? I'm not sure, but yeah. So the score, Kansas City still up 13-12 with the missed kick. We end the third quarter. Though this note here, I'm going to come back to this. Let me mark this because I want to come back to this. Let me just say the little circle right there. We start the fourth. We're going to start the fourth with a KC on the 4th and 1 drive with Kelsey touchdown. I mean, it was just unbelievable. So we did a 4th and 1. We got the first down, and then the drive ends with Kelsey catching his touchdown, which if you haven't seen it, then you're not an NFL fan, because I think they played it on just about every damn thing known to man. As Pat is running forward, he gets tripped up and he's falling forward, and he throws that ball in between two defenders right into Kelsey's arms. Touchdown. That is 11:52 to go. It is 20-12 Kansas City. At 9:59 to go, Houston drive ends with a 56 sack. That's Karlaftis on a 4th and 1. They went for it on 4th and 1. George broke through, got the sack, and gives the Chiefs back the ball, but they go 3 and out. They drive me nuts with these 3 and out shit. I don't even know. But so does Houston, and Tommy Townsend, the kicker from Kansas City last year, the punter, has a really short kick, giving the Chiefs, they get to start on the Houston 45. 2 big runs by Hunt, 4th and 1 on the 11, but they decide to go with Butker field goal, making it 23-12 with 4:38 to go. Houston drive, another Karlaftis sack. That makes it for his 3rd, and a block field goal. So originally when we were watching this, we're like, We're pretty sure Justin Reed just got through there and blocked it. And there's some controversy around that. Did he get off the line early? But you know what? It wasn't him. It was Leo Chanel coming up over the middle of that, gets a hand on it, makes it happen. We at this point now, we're getting down to the end of the game. We've kind of run the clock down. I think we're below 2 minutes or whatever. We get into a fourth down. The punter, Azera, goes ahead and runs back for a safety, giving Houston 2 points. And is that, yeah, it gives them 2 points. I'm looking at the score, I'm pondering this in my head. They only had 12, giving them 2 points, and now they're up to 14. So we're still up 23. Here comes our. They don't really do anything with it. There's just not enough time for them to do anything. And Kansas City walks away with the win, 23-14. I have questions on the safety thing. There was some comments made about if such and such was here, he would really have been enjoying that. I don't understand it, but anyways, 23-14. Kansas City wins, 8 sacks on the day, and it is the 300th win. The 300th win for Andy Reid. Amazing. 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 I don't think you can get any better than that. I mean, well, 302 would be good. Let's do 302 on the season. I'm pretty excited about that. My little star thing here. I'm going to go back and talk about this. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I've heard people talk in the chat rooms and on the KC boards and Facebooks and stuff like that who agree with me. I can't fucking stand Joe Buck as an announcer. I don't think he's any good. And in this game, I mean, they verbally were like dissing on Kansas City. Now, as an announcer for a game, is that really how we play this out? Is this really what they're paid to do? I mean, to show bias to the team that they don't like? Obviously, Joe Buck does not like Kansas City. I mean, it's painfully obvious. I mean, everything he said was derogatory towards the Chiefs in this game. And even Aikman got in on it. All these penalties that got called on Houston. It's just unbelievable how bad they were siding for Houston on this game. They don't like Kansas City. Now, I want to know, is there a place to go sign a petition that will allow Kansas City to revoke Joe Buck and Troy Aikman to ever commentate a fucking Chiefs game ever again? Because I don't want them back. And if I could sign that petition, if I could fucking make a sign and stick it in my yard, I would. Because I can't fucking stand him. I can't stand Joe Buck. Even for years and years and years, fucking hate that dude as a commentator. I think he's terrible. I think he thinks he knows more than he actually does, and he spouts and fucking runs his mouth the whole entire time. And I just don't think he's that good. I think he's wrong part of the time. Not all the time. We're not always wrong all the time. We're not always right all the time. But man, I cannot fucking stand that dude. And I don't care if I ever have to listen to him fucking commentate a game ever fucking again. Ever. Just don't like him. All right, guys. So there's the breakdown of the game. I know it's kind of short and sweet. There really wasn't a ton to really talk about. We could talk about the penalties. I mean, it is what it is, but I don't really, going back and watching it, I didn't really see anything that I thought was a bad call. I mean, I'm the first to jump on board and say, I don't know that I buy that. I don't know. Okay, well, maybe the slide one I could probably go either way on. I mean, they did come across. They did hit his helmet as he was sliding. Did he slide late? It's a good possibility he might have slid late. Well, I mean, that's not a good possibility. He was working for yards. He decided to slide. The guys are already coming in. I mean, you can't just stop that. It just doesn't happen. You're not going to halt the motion of a 300-pound fucking linebacker coming across there. But at the same time, being able to try to revert around, yeah, I think that's something that they need to work on in their practices and their their camps and stuff like that. Is how can we as players who are coming up on a quarterback who is about to slide, how can you revert yourself? And I know, I mean, that's kind of stupid to think about. I mean, it can't be that easy, but there's got to be something we can do, or we can adjust this rule to, I mean, if you're coming up on him and you're within, so many feet, and he decides to slide, then maybe that ought to be a rule. And if we go back to instant replay and this whole pick up the flag bullshit that they just cannot get over, maybe that's the direction we need to go. Also, I don't know. I just know that I'm sick of hearing about this. I mean, they did hit his helmet when he's going down, which is a no-no, which is the same thing as Anderson did on the other roughing the passer. And, these refs are standing right there and they're making their calls as they see them in that very moment. They're not always right. They're not always wrong. I mean, there's certain things. We still go back to that Sam Darnold face masking call. I don't know how the fuck they missed that. This has been weeks and weeks and weeks ago. How they missed that. His fucking head was turned sideways in the end zone and the referee staring right at him. I don't understand how you missed that. There's other times where I see these referees standing in the end zone and a touchdown happens and he's got to look off to over yonder, be like, yo, bro, was that a touchdown? Or, oh, okay, I can signal that. And then the fucking arms go up. I don't. Okay, here's the thing. The one job that I never, ever, ever want to do again, I did it once, never want to fucking do it again, and that is be a referee. I umpired a baseball game one time. I don't fucking care if I ever in my lifetime do it again. It is quick and you need to be 100% precise at that moment in those split seconds. And I did not enjoy it. I never want to do it again. So hats off to those guys because, seriously, that job is not really something that everybody wants. And most of the time I would not want to be those guys on that field. They take a lot of guff and a lot of brunt of everything. So yeah, not the job for old Golden Jay. He'll step back here and just talk shit about everything and it'll be all right. But at some point you gotta be like, you gotta respect them for what it is, and they're not trying to cheat the system. They're really not. I mean, as many times as we've said it in the Patriots dynasty, and now it being said during the Chiefs dynasty, and all this other stuff, these guys don't favor certain teams. They're really out there trying to do their job, and some of them do it better than others. Some of them are piss fucking poor at it. Don't get me wrong, and it's shown. But remember, we have it better than when the referees went on strike or whatever, and we had the replacement refs, because they were absolutely fucking terrible. And they didn't know their ass from a hole in the ground, and we had some miserable fucking calls and some miserable games. So be happy with what we got, and maybe the NFL will make them better. I don't know, but it's worth a shot eventually to figure it out. Kansas City hosting the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship. They weren't in Kansas City last year. They were in Baltimore for the AFC Championship game. But the 2 years before that, they hosted. I can't remember. Was it like 4 or 5 they hosted altogether? I'm not exactly sure, but there was a bunch of them. We're back at it. Maybe we'll host another 4 or 5 before this whole Mahomes era ends. But I guess we'll wait and see. But I'm excited to see what the future holds. I think it's going to be a really good game. I don't know who's going to come off on top. Like I said, I'll be rooting for Kansas City the entire way. But I'm on the other side, on the NFC side. You know what? I'm going to be rooting for Washington. I am excited to see this rookie quarterback, to see what he can do. He's already proved that he can beat the best team in the NFC. Sorry, by taking out the Lions in that in a what really turned out to be just a walkaway game. Would they beat them by 14 or something like that? Unfucking believable. You took out Tampa Bay, which nobody really predicted. Everybody predicted that Washington lose in that first wild card round. No, they're around to stay. So I hope Washington can pull it off. I hope they can get to the Super Bowl, and I hope that Kansas City can meet up with them there, and we'll put the rookie against the veteran, and let's see what happens. Should be an exciting time. But first, we got to beat Buffalo. I know. I'm not talking out of turn. I know we got to get past Buffalo. Josh Allen and those Buffalo Bills are they're playing good football right now. And like I said, all we can do is hope for a really good game. All right, guys. I really don't have much more than that. Indiana Chiefs fans podcast at gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget that we are part of the Seasons in Hell Sports Network, which include the Gridiron Kings and the Puck Yeah, the Puck Yeah podcast. Sorry about that. So you should go check them out. They release every Monday. Lance is doing a great job telling you all about the NHL. Gridiron Kings comes out every Friday. They talk all NFL, every game that's going on. There are some coaching changes going on. Some coaches got fired after the wild card, got fired after the regular season. A couple of them got hired. I think Ben Johnson is now the new, as of today, on this day, January 21st was when I'm recording this. Ben Johnson is the new head coach of the Chicago Bears. I really ain't got nothing for you guys. I mean, Chicago, what are they going to do? I mean, you can rotate in all the new faces you want. You need longevity and you need a plan, and that they just don't have. You went out and got the number one quarterback. According to the numbers, he had a really good season. According to the record, he did not have a very good season. So take that for what it is. I mean, I know you Bears fans out there, have hope, and maybe Ben Johnson coming in and being your new head coach could be the answer, or you could just want them to sell the team and be done with it. So it's up. I don't know. They're getting a new stadium. Damn, you guys are gonna get a beautiful stadium. I don't know about any of the other coaching hires as of right now because I haven't really paid that close attention. That was just the big one that popped. A lot of teams looking. I know Dallas parted ways with Mike McCarthy. I think Jerry Jones is trying to persuade Deion Sanders to come be his head coach. Whatever works. Whatever works there in Dallas. The Cowgirls will be just fine regardless. If they get rid of Dax. God, just get rid of Dax. Go get yourself a real quarterback. Good Lord. Anyways, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for checking out the Indiana Chiefs fans podcast. And let me know. Let me know how you guys are doing, what you guys think, what you think of the Buffalo game coming up. Let me know after the Buffalo game. Don't rub it in too hard if we lose. I'll be still crying in the corner. But I don't think we will. I think we are headed to the Super Bowl. I think we are going to get through Buffalo like we do every year in the playoffs. And we are going to shoot for that three-peat. And it's going to make fucking NFL history. All right, guys. Until next week, I just got 3 words for you. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to do that whole thing, ain't I? Hold on. From our little slice of Chiefs Kingdom right here in the great state of Indiana, I just got 3 words for you. How about those Chiefs? Later.
Thank you for listening to the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Podbean, any of your favorite podcast sites. Be sure to watch us on YouTube. Just search for the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. Also, check us out on Facebook for any updates on the Chiefs and all of our weekly posts. You can find us at facebook.com/INChiefsFansPod. Finally, go check out our Golden Mojo Entertainment website at goldenmojoent.com. You can find information about your 3 favorite hosts and all the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment family. Those podcasts include The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, The United States of Paranormal, The Golden 80s Podcast, The Murdnerds, and A Court of Books and Booze. Thank you for tuning in, and how about those Chiefs?